Welcome to the lower body workout for the 12-week transformation. We begin with posture. And I want you to pretend that you're zipping up a tight jacket to zip up the abs. Shoulders are down, head and spine are in line. Once again, zipping up to engage the abs and trying to stay zipped up throughout the entire routine. Don't roll out or in on your feet. Get your feet flat on the floor, spread out your toes, stay in the middle of your feet. Time for the total body extension. Quarter squat down, swing up. We're just getting warm, and as you get warmer, you can squat a bit lower. Next exercise is a squat. Keeping those abs tight, keeping the neck and the spine in line. And once again, as you get warm, you can drop down a little bit lower. Once you get to 90 degrees, you're pushing through the feet to come back up to standing. And now that elevated push-up with the elbows going straight back. A yoga push-up, same position as Chaturanga Dandasana. Elbows straight back, entire body contracted and engaged. We're going to go to the alternating side lunge. This is the easiest version. No hop, hands on the knees. If you wish, you can add that light elevation. And then to make it even harder, let go of the legs and reach forward with the hands. You choose the level. As I get warmer, once again, going a little bit more deeply into that side lunge, getting a little bit more work in the quads and the hamstrings. Mountain climber. As I get stronger, working on keeping those hips down and the spine neutral. It's a work in progress. And coming up from the floor and getting ready to go into our training. Grabbing some water. Opportunity for you to do the same. Here we go. Now you're going to do 3 rounds of these exercises. I generally start with a lighter weight. You can see I've got a pair of 10-pound dumbbells, and this would be for round 1, and I would go a little bit heavier in round 2. Taking my time, coming into the squat, looking for that good position, doing my best to get to that 90-degree angle. And as you can see, a little balance check there. There's nothing wrong with that. Head in line, getting a little bit lower. We're going to be supersetting these lifts with abdominal work, going into a standard plank with extended arms. Now what I do is this is going to be a 30-second plank, but I simply count to 30. If you want to be very strict, you can get a clock in front of you or a gym boss or a timer to make sure that you're taking 30 seconds. But the most important thing is throughout the entire plank, engaging the abs, keeping the shoulders down and engaged. And up we go. And here comes Dimitri, my training companion. Next exercise, we're going to go into the Romanian deadlift. Bend the knees, hinge at the hips, slight bend in the knees. Notice coming down the shins, stopping above the arches of the feet, and pushing through the feet to come back up. During the hinge, it's very easy for the abs to come out and let go. Going to be working to keep those abs engaged as you hinge into the Romanian deadlift. And then we alternate the Romanian deadlift with another plank, and this one is going to be the side plank. I like to start on my weaker side, my non-dominant side. Now, there's a slight fault here. You'll see that my left arm is at an angle outwards, away from my body. I'd like to bring that more directly under my shoulder. That is the wonderful thing about having a personal trainer to work with you. You've got that other pair of eyes that can spot something like that and tell you, bring that hand back so it's right underneath the shoulder. Next exercise. Into the T-bend. Now, there are some balance checks here, and I was going to cut them out, but I actually want you to see them. This is a challenging exercise, even for someone who's been doing them for a long time. And again, another balance check. So you might want to use a lighter weight or no weight, or you can put one hand on a counter and simply hold the weight in your free hand. Using two weights makes it much more challenging in terms of balance. And switching legs. And you'll notice that again, it takes me a little time to get that balance. There it is, balance check. But it does get easier. So this is round 1. And for round 2 and 3, I would probably increase the weight to 12-pound dumbbells. But you don't have to. You can simply continue to use excellent form, pulling the abs, squeezing, putting in the effort, getting out results. Now you'll notice that I'm going to deliberately step down with my non-dominant leg. You will notice if you're going to the floor, you may have a pattern for how you get to the floor each time, which foot you step down with. See if you can notice that and try using your non-dominant leg to get down to the floor and come up from the floor. And going into the calf raises. Really good for strengthening the feet, strengthening the arches. There was a fashion where we eliminated a lot of the smaller muscle. We eliminated the calf raises and the tricep extensions. The theory was that we wanted to work all the major muscle groups and that these were a waste of time. They are not. They strengthen the arches and they improve balance. So keep doing them. It's wonderful to work your extremities, get them strong. Forearms and calves deserve to be trained. Coming into standing leg extensions. Love these for strength, flexibility, and balance. You can certainly put one hand on the wall, put one hand on a counter, but once you master the balance for these, working on them, standing freely in the center of the floor, wonderful exercise for balance, which will help us to maintain our independence for the rest of our lives. Notice I had to put a foot down, recheck my balance. That's just fine. If you do put your hand on the wall or on a counter, you can probably elevate your legs more. So that would be one benefit to that on days that you want to work more on height and a little bit less on balance. But we're working on balance today. Pulling in those abs. It's more important in this exercise, which is simply a straight leg lift to the back. I care more in this exercise about a straight leg and less about height. This is a 12-week transformation program, so we do want to improve and get better.